Let's open up our heart and let's reach up to new heights. And let's reflect. Where have you been? What have you done lately? Let's look at life and the meaning of life and how we can each transform ourselves. The power of who we are is rooted in our ability to be aligned with our heart, our soul, our truth. So when you look in at everything around you and you see the truth of who you are, magical, magnificent things happen. You are rooted in the ability to transform who you are to the being you've come to be. Have you ever stopped to look back and think how far you've come? I know. As humans, we seem to find this path of, what haven't I accomplished yet? But we each have the opportunity to look back and see how far we've come. Why is it that we are quick to notice what we haven't done yet? And don't pat ourselves on the back as to how far you've come. Reflection is an opportunity to gaze upon the past, not to wallow in it, but for each one of us to notice how we've grown and the meaning behind the things we've experienced. You see, the world is changing, and we've evolved as well. And if there was ever a great time for all of us to shift and change, now is the time. Now is the time for us to look back on the past and use it as our stepping stone to greatness, to tune into the being you've come to be, to recognize the divine aspects of that which you've already accomplished, and embrace the joy, the light, the love. Yes, it's easy to remember the difficult times. They seem to weigh us down like a bag of bricks. But when we look at the reflection of who we are, and we look through our heart, not our human intellect or our mind, but the heart of us, the soul of us, the love of us, then we can see the beauty, the divinity, the opportunities that are before us that are of a higher level, a higher consciousness. Each one of us has this amazing power to transform anything. And it's our ability to look down deep in our soul that gives us a knowledge, a wisdom, beyond what we've been conditioned to believe is true, beyond what has been shown to us as our reality. And, well, what better time than now for us all to question reality? But it goes so much deeper than that. You are a divine aspect of God. You have this power, this strength, this ability to recognize the right path for yourself. But it is our inability to step forward and use the reflection of where we've been as an ability to know what we are needing not to do. What shall we never do again? How can we transform? It is the being inside of us that is guiding us to move forward and is showing us that we have a power inside. We can all set our goals. We can all transform our lives. But we have to be conscious of who we are and conscious of where we've been and conscious of our part in a story. There's not a story that happens around you that is solely rooted in our only being the victim. You are always the participant in every story, even if you felt like you were the victim. And each one of us has caused pain and hurt to another. And to look back, not in condemnation of ourselves, but to look back at our part in the story and recognize what we contributed and how to release that pattern of our behavior, and to forgive ourselves for the disconnect from our soul and our heart, and to look at the other and say, forgive me. whether they forgive you or not. It is to free yourself of the karmic entanglement of the story you didn't want to let go of. You see, the reflection of who you are just gives you an opportunity to see where you've been and the adjustments you need to make for the future. And then isn't it wonderful to reflect of all the times gone by? There's that song, Faded Photographs, and it shows us the time of your life, all the memories that you've had. It is your ability to be free in a memory, to create something new for yourself, and to look in your heart and come to the realization that you have an aspect that is spectacular. You have an aspect within that is unique, and that you bring to this world your own expression. And so when we look back to the past and we reflect on where we've been, let's understand that we can shift the future by the awareness of our past, by the awareness of who we are now and what we desire and where we'd love to go. Tonight we're going to reflect with all of you, and we're going to welcome your phone calls at 866-972-7247. And we're welcoming your Facebook messages, your YouTube messages, your questions. We're going to journey through the path of where we've been and put our foot upon the destiny that's before you. You are powerful and you are co-creating. And it is important for you to recognize who you are. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going to answer your questions. And we are going to tune into that energy. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah on VCMG. We are offering you an opportunity to share a page, share the joy, share the love, and to tune in and tap into what 2023 has in store for you so we can look back and propel ourselves to a great future.